it's Greg here, and in this video I'm going to show you how I replaced this bent rear frame cross member on my 70s Chevelle frame. Now I got the new one in nice and straight, got where the holes actually line up. They don't just line up easy, there's some tricks there. I'm going to show you the tricks, and I got everything nice and square, so I'll show you some of that. Let's get to it. All right, I've already made notes on the measurements and where the welds are. Now I'm going to cut the old welds. All right, Eddie. Cutting wheel is not the best for that, apparently. I thought I'd be able to just cut across, but that's not really working that well. This is a grinding wheel. I'm not impressed at all. There's got to be a better way of doing this. What do you think? I'm not reusing this, so I just don't want to cut into that. There is a weld right here on the inside. That's going to be fun. That'll be fun. Needs a little more cutting. Have an air chisel. All right, so this one's off, this one's off, this one's still there, and the bottom one's still there, but the bottom one is actually really weak. There we go. Okay, the only thing holding it now is that weld right there, and that's on the inside. All right, I'm gonna cut it. May have tension on it. Well, it didn't move much, that's good. Okay. I think I mean it. So I think I'm going to cut the other side, same place, and go from there. All right, it's off. That's what I did. Cut it, and then I I cut the other side obviously too. And then I use a grinder and just ground up along here till I was finally able to use this and pop it off. Now obviously I'll have to clean it up, and be aware I did cut into it with that body chisel, so I will have to squeeze that together and clean it up and put a little weld in there, although it will weld itself when I weld it later, when I weld the new piece on. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this side, and thankfully they stayed where they should be. Okay, so this time I started on this side, and I hope you can see the split. So I need a little more right here. That way I don't have to mess up the metal trying to force it apart. Okay, let me show you. So I ground down at the edge. And this is cracking. It's got a split. Okay. Ow. I don't want to hit it. Bang on it too much. I don't want anything to move. There we go. Here. Alright, just grind it a little more. And grind that little spot on the bottom. Just snap off. Okay, it popped. We just got the bottom one on. Alright, that's got to be close. Obviously, it's a little awkward doing it this way. There we go. Now, I'm going to remeasure everything. I'm going to clean this up with a sanding disc. Make sure that this fits perfectly. All right. Man, that looks good. You can see where the weld was. So this side has to go over just a tad, which will make that right. I think it's perfect. All right, let me clean up some metal. Okay, measurements. That's 43.5, perfect. And this one, well, the holes are in the bar, and it's 40 1/4 center lines. And you can see the back outsides are uniform. I have flap disc, 40 grit flap disc. Cleaned up everything. I missed cleaning that up a little bit. Got that one. And then I will technically, you don't have to remove the E-coat to weld. Kevin Tutz actually did a test on this where he welded with E-coat, and he showed that you can weld with it, and it'll actually act kind of like a weld-through primer in that the E-coat will stay around except for where it's welded. You can look up his video if you haven't already seen it. Or you can sand all the E-coat off around this underneath here and hit it with weld-through primer. So your choice on that. And definitely gonna have to use a clamp right there to squeeze that in. Looks good. Oh, and be sure to measure for square as well. Okay, weld-through primer is on. I decided to just go with the E-coat. So I've had these for over a year, so there isn't any rust under them. They would have bubbled by now. I got them clamped, and I'm just going to tack it initially. Alright, that looks pretty good. That sun is messing with my helmet. Okay. Yeah, since converting to the 220, man, I really love this welder. It's working great. At 110 it worked, but it was kind of the settings on the side just didn't match. Where at 220 they work well. That up a little bit. Okay. Let's continue welding. I want to weld my pliers. Okay. So all I'm going to be doing is spot welding. A lot of time, let it cool, because even though this is thicker than body panels, it will still warp from too much heat. Got a blower. Cool it down. Alright, I'm going to show you a little hack that I doubt anybody else is going to show you. So I measured those, and it's at 43.5, which is what it's supposed to be. And you'll notice this is not quite where it should be. The hole is not lined up, and in fact it's called a motor mount. I always say motor mount. This is the body mount that goes there, and it won't go in. It's actually a tight fit for that circle, and that's in the way. But wait, let's go over here. It's in the way there too. It won't go in. So the key thing here, it doesn't matter where this is particularly, as long as it's close, you know, reasonably close and square. What matters is where that hole is. And if you'll notice, I couldn't even get this far enough that way so it would allow this to go in either. My point being, I will take probably a Dremel, and I'm gonna whittle that out. I'm gonna cut it so that it fits this hole. That way it'll be exactly the 40 1/4 inches, and body mount will fit in it, and everything will be good. And by the way, those are my lovely stitch welding, but nothing warped. Now I'll have to turn it over to weld those other sides right here. And I'll probably do that another day because I don't really feel like flipping this frame over right now. Body mounts fit in. I ground these flat. All right, so structurally the back end's done. Square, level, new piece there on the rear. I'm still gonna clean it up a little more and put some OSFO on it. I'm just gonna weld the inside line there, just doing tack welds. Yeah, one on each end now. This I was a little sloppy on. I was welding upside down, so without being able to see. There we go. Alright, I'm going to do some on the other side. Same thing. Okay. Adequate. Now I'm cleaning them up just a little bit. This is not going to be visible, so I'm not going to make them nice and smooth, but I'm going to take any tops off, that type of thing. Pretty good. Really didn't need any. Tell you what, at 220, that titanium MIG 170 works pretty well. See those? Take that off. And there, and in there. So now I'll clean it up a little, wire brush. I'll actually let it sit probably overnight, and then I'll hit it with some OSFO. You actually don't want OSFO right away because, well, there's no rust. So you want just a tiny bit of rust to make the OSFO work better. Now, you might be thinking it's going to be all rusty after sandblasting with pressure washer. Well, there you go. It's been 4 weeks, and yeah, there's a little surface rust. That's it. And that's, OSFO is gonna love that. That's perfect for putting OSFO on it. So it actually is not bad at all. Well, I hope you found that helpful. Some of those tips on, lining up the holes and such. And be sure to check your frame if you got it off for, missing welds. Some of them are, kind of critical, especially when you're going to put a lot of power in it. And I am way behind on my video editing, but I'll get there eventually. All right, so verse of the video, Proverbs 12:15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man is he who listens to counsel. Now, if you're watching a how-to video, it sounds to me like you're already seeking counsel. Tells me you're a wise person. Now, I hope my video was actually helpful. And if so, like, comment, subscribe, and God bless.